Hi everyone, welcome to Take 5. So we're at the end of a week where I've been looking at why you should want to do events. And I called this one the magic of events, because I think when you get people into an event, it is a magical opportunity. You don't get any better opportunity than being face to face in a room full of your potential ideal customers. Because you need to build know, like and trust. People buy from people. And in order to build know, like and trust, they have to get to know you a little. They have to get to see you and feel what you've got in common and how you can work together. So for me, events was a no-brainer as the place to start when I thought I'm going to build a business in a place where nobody knows me. It was absolutely going to be my number one strategy for building a business quickly, even though at that time I'd never made any attempts previously to fill my own events, really, because I'd been on stage and in events for 41 years with the bands and as a chief exec and in all the management consultant roles that I'd had over the years. But in all of those opportunities to be on stage with people, really the rooms had been filled by other people. Yes, they, sold the subject I was going to speak on, but to their audiences. Here, I knew I had to build an audience of my own. I had to find my audience, and I had to find my voice. And it's strange because even though you know what you're going to say in the sessions, in your trainings, in your workshops, that's not the same voice that you need to use in order to find your customers. Some of the messages will be the same, but you need to find a voice for how you're going to actually engage people to want to come to your events and spend time with you. It's a big, big thing. But for me, there is magic once you've cracked that. Once you get people into the room with you, that's when the magic really begins. Because you start to see in your subject the areas where people really understand what you've got to offer, the areas where people find what you've got to say or share with them most useful. You see it straight away as you look out over the audience and you evaluate who's there with you and what they're sort of thinking about your material as you deliver it or your products as you show them to people. You can gauge straight away what's working and what's not. You never get a better opportunity to be able to really get to grips with what your customer wants in such a small space of time to make a huge impact on your business. It's, as I say, it's without doubt, it is the quickest way to build the sort of connection that you want to do and to be able to deliver more free things or more reasonably priced things, depending on the price of your event, in order for people to have an experience with you. See, people find you their one and only or one of few, rather than just being one of the many coaches that do whatever it is that's similar to you. They find you the one and only or one of few because of the results you give them and because of your unique systems and processes and the way you deliver your thing. But mostly, it's about the experience you give them, because that experience makes them feel something. And what you'll find when you think about selling is that the majority of situations where people buy things, they don't buy things based on logic. They buy things based on an emotional feeling. An emotion that you give them, or your product, or the words you've just said, the truths you've stated, the lessons you've just taught them, give them. And that's what makes them buy. And you can only do that quickly if you're in a room with them. So events really do hold magic. Even if you've just got a product, a thing, a widget to sell, do an unboxing event when you launch it. Do something for 2 hours somewhere for free where you create a bit of a hullabaloo and make a bit of a buzz around it. Do something that you can do with a group of people in a room, because that's your best way to test what works, what doesn't, and to get your messages right and to take people on board. Got a couple of people on board here, and Carol's writing me rooms. This is lovely. I don't normally speak to people on these, but I'm going to. John Rice, hello John. I'm not sure whether we've met or not, mate. Nice to meet you here. Carol, nice to see you. Huge challenge to learn to believe in yourself rather than your role, your profession. Yeah, you're right, because that bit about how you go out and sell yourself and how you get people to want to come to your things, it is about selling yourself. It's about recognising that whether you like it or not, for most people, you're part of the story and you're part of the reason for buying and being there. Absolutely the one and only, such sage advice. Well done. Thank you, Carol. That'll keep me going this afternoon. So thank you so much for joining me on Take 5 today. I'd love to see you next week on Take 5s across lunch times throughout the week. I'll try to get them as close to 12 o'clock as I can. Again today, overrunning a little because of real life. My mum's not very well this week. So we've had a lot of real life going on as well as work and stuff. But thank you so much for joining me. Have a brilliant weekend, and I will see you next week for more Take 5s. Bye bye.